Hello everybody, my name is Seamus Sheridan and I'm running in the Galway City Centre ward for the Green Party. I came to Galway 25 years ago on a whim, and I set up a restaurant down in Spanish Arch. It's now known as Nemo's Restaurant. And a few years later, in the mid-90s, myself and my little brother set up a stall selling cheese in the Galway Saturday market. And that little stall has grown into Sheridan's Cheesemongers now, a company that employs over 45 people. We're involved in importing and exporting Irish food, and we manufacture our own biscuits down in Cork. Politically, I've been the Green Party spokesperson on agriculture, food and the marine for the last 3 years. I really enjoyed that. It's taken an awful lot of work, but has brought me into, in the last couple of years, with huge crises like the horse meat crisis, the salmon farm in Galway Bay, the introduction of genetically modified potatoes, say, down in Carlow, so it's kept me very busy. Outside that, I was appointed to North South Ministerial Council to Safe Food about 8 or 9 years ago, and I served on the board there for 5 years. And here in Galway, I'm a great supporter of the arts, and I train 2 local clubs here in the city centre, one in hurling and one in Gaelic football. And I live in Rossenglass with my wife Miriam, who is a school teacher in Sculvrida. So people who have been following the campaign will know the cornerstone of my campaign is the Galway City Food Market. Now, I set up our company on the Galway Market on Saturday, but 9 years ago I went to the first meeting in Dublin to set up a civic food market in Dublin, and that's going to open next year. And I don't want Galway to be left behind. I've been campaigning for 3 years to get a civic food market that's open 7 days, similar to the English market in Cork, where we could have 40 or 50 stalls, 3 or 4 butchers, bakers, cheesemongers, fish stalls. Not only would it create huge employment for Galway, it would be a great place for local producers to sell their products, it would be a massive tourist attraction, and more importantly, it would be a great social asset where we could all meet each other and shop. We could buy the rashers off one butcher and the sausages off another. We could meet and enjoy our city. And every proper city in Europe has a civic food market run and owned by the people. So that's one of my big issues. People know I've been campaigning on the Galway Bay salmon farm for the last 2 years. I won't go into it now, but it's still a very serious issue for us to engage with. Now, on job creation, in Sheridan's Cheesemongers, I've been very involved in tourism and in food. I can see Galway's huge potential in tourism, but we need a lot more to do. We need a city centre that's vibrant and that's got a lot more facilities. Our restaurant scene has improved dramatically, but we need other types of tourist attractions. And one of the things we're really lacking, and that's very visible in Galway, is we don't have enough crafts visible on the streets. I'd love to see more potters, more workshops, weavers visible on our high streets, so that tourists have something else to do during the day when they're here. I think my vision for Galway is, look, I'm in the Green Party, but having a green city is not just about environmentalism, it's about social inclusion. It's about much higher standards in planning and in housing. If you look at the last 10 years, we cannot allow the standard of housing to be built in Galway that the council and the city council allowed in the last 10 years. It's horrendous housing estates with no garages, nowhere to put a kid's bike, kitchen come dining areas that you don't have even enough room for a washing machine, let alone a dining table. So we need a green expert voice for future housing in this city. And also, like, gone are the days when a foreign investment is going to look at Galway and come to here because the price they can rent a unit on an industrial estate or the wages that they can pay somebody. People will choose to invest in Galway because they see a modern, progressive, inclusive, environmentally friendly city. And that's what our council should be striving for. It's a city that will create jobs, that will create indigenous jobs and can attract outward investment. So my thoughts on this is a beautiful city. I'm so honoured to be running for the local elections. You've always been so good to me, and I hope you give me your #1 vote when the time comes. Thank you everybody. Good afternoon.